you want to buy tickets, tables, all of that, I do have my laptop and tickets here. So open up for questions.
Oh, after I lost my brother Bronco, that was his dream to fight. So after I lost him, I got in the ring at the age of 17. We always like fighting as street dudes, you feel me? So once I got in that ring and did my first amateur fight, fell in love with it, but I started rapping at the same time. Rapping after taking off quicker than the boxing. And then, shit, Pops, SBoy, they all brought me back to the ring because we started the celebrity shit. I was the first rapper to call out all the celebrities. They was just scared. Now these motherfuckers getting the bag off it. They ain't about to collect, and we ain't gonna collect. So, for sure, this gonna be the biggest fight in Detroit. Y'all know Thug don't even come to Detroit. He ain't been here since Rich Homie Quan.
Okay.
And it's gonna get bigger than that, bigger names. I ain't gonna spoil it, but
nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it. There's one name that's gonna have the ladies going crazy.
You mean other than Snap?
Oh.
You mean other than Snap?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I started fighting at like 7. You know, I grew up in the system, so I was real intrigued about how I can control the outcome of the way somebody think in an altercation. But it landed me in like jail and boys' homes. So what I did, I reversed it with my dad. He said, how about you get paid for it? I said, huh? He said, you get paid for fighting? I'm like, for real? He like, the police come see you, your fans will come see you, and all of them gonna pay you, and you leave with a check, and you won't get in no trouble. I was like, bet. He took me right to the gym, and I've been in it ever since.
My man. Okay.
Stank.
Yeah, Stank.
He off the football field with us.
No, baby, fire knocked out.
Well, I started fighting because, you know, it was really like a family thing. And then, you know, we had a brother that was real close to us that made it far on TV with championships. He was 26-0 with 15 knockouts.
Yeah, 31 already.
Yeah, you know. And then ever since then, like, you know, his career didn't go the way it went. It was always a family thing. And I used to, you know, play so many sports. And I seen, like, you know, every time, you know, Pops, he talk about fighting, he talk about boxing. And every time he go to the fights, he'd be happy. Everybody be happy. And, you know, I like it because it brings the family together. And I get to actually do something that keeps me in shape and keeps me going every day. And, like, it is what it is at the end of the day. It's whoever we fight, you know. Yeah. And every fight, it really be a stepping stone to me because a lot of people that I fight and a lot of people that I spar, they have way more experience than me. But I always knew how to fight, you know. Like Pop said, I never had no amateur fights. I really don't got no background from it, but I just, you know, I train hard and I know how to fight. So like every win, every training camp, and, you know, especially, you know, building with different fighters, even with him, you know, he had like 150 amateur fights. I'm still learning things from him. And like the team that we got now is super dope. And a lot of blessings opening up, you know, like I said, like September 30th, getting a chance to fight on the card with Snap, and he getting a chance to fight on the card with us. This is gonna be fireworks, and everybody gonna like it. And if y'all show up late, y'all gonna miss the fight.
They going down.
It's going down.
What they talking about?
Cause September 30th, we throwing bullets.
We doing heat, baby.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to miss it. I promise you, after this fight, they gonna be like, oh man, when you do this and that, it's gonna be exciting, you know. So that's all.
All right, give it up to Stan.
I want to know who are the fighters that impressed y'all outside of, you know, your family and the professional fight.
We're gonna start right here with the son. Who your best fighter?
There's a lot of fighters that impressed me. Canelo Alvarez, Devin Haney, Floyd Mayweather. I study him till this day. That's really it. Those are the main 3. Earl Spence too, I could say. That's the main 4 really.
To tell you the truth, a lot of fighters. Davante Tank Davis. You know, my brother that used to box. A lot of people, you know, Tommy Hearn, Sugar Ray. I look up to everybody because you can learn something from anybody. Me, myself, you know. But yeah, that's about it though.
My first one was Adrian Broner, Floyd, Devin Haney, I got relationships with all these people too, through the music. And then I got these two right here who push me. Cause it's like if it wasn't for them, it's a mental game. And it's like even with Stank, we have our talks and when Dad used to send me his videos, I see that boy doing them haymakers, knocking them niggas out, I'm like, dog, what the fuck? Like, I'll post it on my page, that motherfucker go 100,000 views, I'm like, dog, he knocking niggas out the ring. And I'm like, you feel me? I gotta get on that level. So, yeah, that's what I look up to these boys, man. Sure.
When your first fight do Stank? What, 10 million views?
Yeah.
It was crazy, yes, for real, 10 million. It was crazy, I was like, wow. Oh, you Mr. Bell?
I would say the very first fight I ever seen was Sugar Ray Roberts. My dad showed me his fight. He like, this guy is the definition of soulful relentless. And when you find what that means, when you find out what that means, then you really know the art of fight. So I started studying him before I really started getting into boxing. But my top three would be Tommy Hearn, Sugar Ray Leonard, and honestly, I want to say Joe Louis, between Joe Louis and Jake Johnson.
Okay, yeah. More questions? Y'all ain't gotta be scared, y'all can ask anything.
Shoot him out there, let him go, let him roll, let him go, let him go.
How old are y'all?
27.
I just turned 19 3 days ago.
I'm 32.
19,
22.
22,
32.
27, 32. So James is the senior fighter here.
Yeah, I've been around. I done been through the trenches.
What you predict the future holds for yourself in the boxing career? Shotty. I mean, you gonna be a world champion? You gonna be a contender?
No,
What you see in the future for yourself?
I'm most definitely gonna be a world champion.
I agree with that.
I want to be a world champion in 3 different weight classes. And
When I said fire, this boy is fire. I'm serious, man. Fire, baby.
Snap Dogg, both of them opportunities took off like your rap career and the boxing. Which one you would choose?
Shit.
Okay.
To be honest with you, we gotta see where it go, cause I don't think I'll stop.
doing both.
I love doing both, but at the same time, it's about that mental. So it's like, if I was to do boxing, the rapping I have to literally be on pause, because if your mental ain't together in that ring, you get fucked up. So like, my goal is to take over this celebrity boxing shit and let my brothers take over the real boxing world. You know, so that's the goal of just to take that over. Yeah. Come forward about 4-0, get the big check. See who wanna be the next rapper to get knocked out, if it is. I wanna knock out all the rappers. I let them do the boxing. You know, but this fight, I'm fighting an actual real boxer, so I'm the first rapper ever in history to go pro. No rapper ever done it.
Snap Dogg is an actual pro fighter.
Yeah, I'm a pro fighter now.
On boxing right there. Go ahead.
Shit! Ooh. Yeah, that's I'll tell you an experience I just had like a couple days ago. But so it is real. You can't have no sex. I did that shit a couple days ago. I got in that ring, that shit so bad.
You know, music is artistic expression. So when y'all training or when y'all build up to y'all fight, like who in y'all playlist that y'all tap in with to actually get y'all to that mental state that y'all need to be in tunnel vision?
That's a good question.
Y'all tap in.
I mean, it's a lot of Detroit rappers for me, starting off with Snack, 42 Dogg,
Okay.
Side Baby.
Okay.
Smooth.
Yeah, Baby Smooth, I fuck with Baby Smooth heavy.
Okay.
Shit, like Meek Mill, Lil Baby, of course.
Who this guy bring you out on the Thursday? Anything Detroit?
It's supposed to be Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
make that happen.
You got a song in particular that
Nah,
the
yeah.
one that actually gets you to where you actually want to go out there and just go crazy?
Shit. Nah, not really. I like anything hype, you know, people scream and stuff. If Snap wasn't fighting, he would have been walking me up. I like the energy, you know.
I like that.
Pump me up and get me going.
I listen to anything, even when I'm like working out or going on my runs. I like anything, you know, to keep me going. Cause when you be running outside, running, you know, 8 miles by yourself, you be bored, you know, and you got to keep the music going to keep you going, cause you be zoning out. But I listen to anything though.
Yeah.
Better,
My shit, anybody for real. Damn near anybody. My shit, game. Shit, I put on CP. It depends on what mood I'm in for real, cause it's like shit, I hit the bag with some different music and then I run with different music. Like I got a whole new track list that I'm gonna play for the fight. You feel me?
Song in particular?
Shit, I like that Kanye West album, man, that Greed. I think that might get me turned for the fight with him and Fabio. I've been turning up to that, running 16 laps every day to that shit, for sure.
For me, I would say, like, in depth would be Yeezy, for sure. Like, wait till I get my money right. Like, it's something about that song that matter, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, a lot of Detroit rappers I listen to. Matter of fact, not too long ago, when I won the title, I won the ABF title, regional title. And Snap came down, he was training at the gym and stuff, he was shooting a video.
Yeah, you were actually in that video.
Yeah,
not me, mama, that's him, I like that in the video.
So I lost my mom. And like, he told me the story, how he about to put this video together. I'm like, dog, I'm with it. You know, I'm with it, let's just make it happen. I think it went high on views.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, like, that showed me like the vision of how powerful the internet is. You know what I'm saying? Somebody way across the world could get your message. You know what I'm saying? So me being around these guys, man, is like awesome. What I can learn from them and what I can teach them also through the trenches I've been through, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
No question.
Over here.
What advice would y'all give, you know, the young kids that want to take on boxing?
My advice is, same thing as I tell them with music. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it. You gotta have heart. You gotta train every day. You gotta be in it 100%. You can't just be in it 30%, 50%. Like me, I train 2 times a day, 8 in the morning and 5 in the evening, every day. Like, you gotta give it your all, cause at the end of the day, the results gonna show in that ring. This ain't just like no song you go on the stage and you perform and you good. Hell no, a motherfucker hit you with that punch. One punch could change your life. You go in there wild, it could change your life. You could do a lot of running, but then get in the ring and you dead tired. I had to learn that. I was running like crazy and got in that ring. I stopped getting dead at the 2nd round because it's a different type of training you got to put in. So you got to be willing to put in all that work. And another thing, you can't have sex, man. But yeah, though, I tell the kids to do it, man, because at the end of the day, like, I just had some kids tell me in the gym. He said he got beat up, he got jumped. And he had did some sparring. He said, I ain't coming back. I said, why you ain't coming back? He said, I don't want to. I said, do you want them kids to do something to you again in the alleyway? He said, no. I said, so this is where you're going to learn how to fight. So if they do come back to you, you'll learn how to punch 2, 3 people. And I told him next time they do that, hit that first boy in his nose, make him bleed. They ain't going to bother you no more. And he was an Arabic kid. Like, it's just, and it's a good relief. Because a lot of these kids, the way we growing up, man, these kids can't even go to school. They can't be in an environment like how we was. They can't even go to prom. You got kids that can't even go to prom due to COVID and all that. So it's a lot of anger. So that's another way to relief. That's another reason why I jumped into the boxing for my brother. Because I wanted all type of smoke when he passed away. And when I jumped in that ring, it was a different ball game. Like, I felt relief that I can get away with punching somebody's head in and celebrate after. Oh yeah, this is what it's at. And I'm actually gonna put my sons and my daughters in it too, so they can learn how to fight.
I would say the advice I would give to any young ones coming up, honestly, would be use your head before you lose it. Because if you don't move it, your opponent will. You know?
Right.
So, I mean, boxing is a short-lived sport. You know what I'm saying? At the most, you're gonna get 17 years out of it. If you don't do nothing in 17 years in boxing, it ain't nothing happening for you. No grabbing the bag, none of that. But the business of boxing is forever. But the fight game is a 17 to 20 year span. Honest. So you gotta use your head while you in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that would be the advice I would give to somebody coming up that really want to do this. That, you know, matter of fact, I take it back, they got a passion for it. Because if you don't have a soul core passion for it, you ain't gonna last. Somebody gonna sit you down and you gonna be like, you know what? I'm good at math. You know, so that's what I would. That's my personal advice to a youngster coming up.